Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be talking about communication, and more specifically Kabam's communication with the player base. As always, it has become a subject of scrutiny, but before we get any further into video, I must acknowledge that there again have been some positive improvements in the field of communication with Kabam, but unfortunately, as always, it kind of seems like that taking one step forward, two steps backwards. But we do need to acknowledge it's kind of cool that we do have that bugs raw Trello board, or whatever it is called right now, which is made easier to kind of follow bugs. And there have been some more reasoned responses from Kabam Jax, for instance, as a very good hire for Kabam on the forums. But obviously, that is not all that there is to be discussed. And right now, there is a very growing sensation of players' displeasure with Kabam. And the perfect example right now, and we're going to be visiting several ones, is going to be the Incursions. We know that Incursions is getting an update. We know very few bits about it. There's going to be Sector 9, we're going to have solo Incursions, there's going to be 6-star Incursion crystals. That's about it. We don't really have any details about anything, how it's going to work, what are the rules going to be, what is going to be the new currencies, exactly how the rewards look like with a full breakdown. None of that information is out there, and Incursions are meant to be dropping tomorrow. So, in about, what, 27 hours? No, wait, 29 hours from now. And we basically know nothing about this game mode update at all. And obviously a lot of people are interested, and everybody's asking all the time what the rewards are, how it's going to work, what's going to happen. And nobody knows nothing. And Kabam doesn't post or acknowledge or let us know when they will post, or none of the sort. Similar situation at the moment is with Battlegrounds. And there are many questions floating around with Battlegrounds. Now, we do know that season rewards are getting an update. What update? How are they going to look? No freaking idea. One of the most surprising things, for instance, was that Battlegrounds went completely offline from the game. And nobody saw that coming, or I should say that vast majority of the people, as far as I'm aware, didn't see it coming, because no other game mode goes away like that. Well, Alliance Quest, I guess, does, but for instance, Alliance War doesn't. When Alliance War has a season, cool. Off-season, it still stays there. You can still play the wars. It's just not counted for the season. Why couldn't they let us play at least the friendlies? We did not know that. But most importantly, now we are, 5 days away from a new Battleground season. And not only we do not know the updated rank rewards, we do not know what the nodes or metas are going to be in the upcoming month, any other changes Kabam is going to make. And perhaps in this specific case of Battlegrounds, we do not have any information of Kabam's plans on dealing with cheaters, modders, matchmaking, fixing, everything else that is currently so desperately in need of addressing. Kabam has yet to make any proper comment, aside from the fact that Battleground season is starting on 17th, which is something that we knew anyways without Kabam Jax telling it to us, because that's how it was meant to go down, because they specifically said season is 4 weeks, 1 week off season, then the next season starts. So we knew the season start date, but we don't know anything else about the season 2. What nodes to prepare for, any updates to the rank rewards that have been confirmed, changes to the victory track that have been confirmed. We have no information on any of that. And then, as a last example for now, we can probably also still mention the whole Day of the Deadpool thing. Where in the Day of the Deadpool thing, yeah, Kabam did give us a heads up a day or two out of the event that there is not going to be any gold offers, but even that was done from like a troll account, and many people, myself included, just didn't believe it, because why would you? It seemed like such a stupid thing not to bring back those gold offers. But it turned out that's exactly the level of intellect somebody at Kabam operates at. And that kind of would be bad as is. But the worst thing definitely is just the silence on everything. I think Barrowman made a post as well about Battlegrounds. 1 second. We don't even know when the rewards are going to get distributed. By end of the week is the closest description that we know. I think this was the post here. This is Barrowman. Can someone in the company comment if here to plan add anything new or dealing with modders in the next season, tech or human resources? And again, all of these things should be addressed. The Battlegrounds season, was quite farcical, with vast majority of the people in like top 50 being definite modders. Does the report button do anything? Are we still better off sending screenshots or something? My last 6 matches, as I thought I met up against 5 modders, it turned out I met up against 6 people modding, because one of them just randomly immediately quit, so I couldn't know whether he was modding. But a few hours later I saw screenshots of the same person doing fights in 7 seconds, so I just got lucky there that for whatever reason he decided to quit against me immediately. But last 6 out of 6 matches I had in Battlegrounds before the end of the season were all against definite cheaters and the very highest level of Battlegrounds. So if they're planning to increase the rank rewards, which is obviously something that they should do, what are they planning to do to deal with all of this stuff? And right now, definitely, it kind of feels that Kabam has dropped this massive bomb of information about relics, which, again, we haven't had any follow-up posts about that, even though they're allegedly coming very, very soon. About 7 stars, about Ascension, and incursion changes and everything. And then it's kind of like Kabam staff just, switched off the lights and run away, because if you take a look at Kabam Jax's and Kabam Mike's last posts, none of them say anything really meaningful in the recent several days. So not the MCOC team, but for instance, where's October, we can check out Kabam Jax. And I understand that they reveal information that they are allowed to reveal us. So it's not on them, it's on somebody who is telling them what they are allowed to say. But yeah, so this is, Season 2 is on October 17th. Okay, we knew that. Fine. And the rewards are going to be at some point this week. It's still, about as obscure of a deadline as you can have. And then other than that, there's just absolutely nothing. There's some nice, pleasant welcome messages and whatnot, but none of the things that everybody's asking about. And again, I'm not trying to point a finger at Kabam Jax or Kabam Mike for this or anybody else there. There are people who are in charge of what for community managers are allowed to release and not. My question is, why none of these things have been addressed? Why none of that information has been made available? Right now, for Battlegrounds, for instance, every single time, when Battlegrounds is about to start, if you have the ability, if you have the catalysts, you probably want to do some rank ups in order to deal with the upcoming meta and challenges better. Now nobody can do that. And similarly with incursions, if you know exactly if incursion rewards are good enough, for instance, and if you have any information on how the game was going to work, you might want to prepare for it. But you cannot, because none of the information is out there. And it's just not good enough. It feels like the customer, the player base, is kind of like at the bottom of the priority list. Feels like, I don't know, community manager posting some, random pleasantries to a single individual is more important than a community manager actually managing and informing the community. about the upcoming events that everybody is interested in. And Kabam and Marathons of Champions is about 8 years old game. Still cannot possibly fathom why we still need to address kind of like basic things like this. If you announce that there's going to be a massive incursions, update on in October, then go live on 13th of October, surely you post the details about it, at least a handful of days ahead of it, and not like a full week ahead of it. So people have time to process, give you feedback, react to it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next